Hello. Hey Guru, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, Guru. So yes, Guru. So what are we learning today, and what's the topic?
Okay. Today we are going to talk about two important principles of object-oriented programming, that is aggregation and composition, which is used to create a relationship in the object-oriented programming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yes. So aggregate, as I said, aggregation and composition. So what composition means is a part of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So what I mean a part of relationship, it's very simple. Means for example, a heart cannot stay without a human body, or human body cannot survive without a heart. Likewise, a car cannot run without an engine. A engine is useless without a car, right?
Right. Yeah.
So this is means a composition.
Mm.
And aggregation is also very simple. Aggregation means has a relationship.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Has a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Has a relationship means means a person every day changes his dress. It's
Right.
shirt, right?
Right.
Means he cannot he can survive without shirt also.
Right.
Means he can wear another shirt, he can wear another t-shirt also. Means a shirt can and a particular shirt can survive without a person also. Means if this person is not wearing a shirt, the another person will wear that shirt, right?
Right.
Means it's not interdependent, it is isolated.
Right. Right.
It's not interdependent. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Right. So in other words, basically what you're saying is that composition means, both of these guys cannot stay without each other. The two entities cannot stay without each other. While in aggregation, the two entities come for a short time, and then afterward they depart. But they are not dependent on each other. They can survive individually.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
In
okay.
composition, yes, two entities are dependent on each other, and in aggregation, the two entities are isolated. It's
Okay.
not interdependent on each other. Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes.
go ahead. So if you can see some code, right? Must be that would really add value, because yeah.
Yes, I have a simple, nice example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a simple Windows Form application which I created in C#.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just go and show you the demonstration of my code. This is my solution explorer. Something look like this.
Mm-hmm.
I have an application, Windows Form application. I have added a simple class library.
Mm-hmm.
Inside that I have a business layer and data layer.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So let me go into my data layer. So friend, I have two class, a CLS customer and a CLS product.
Right.
Means a customer can have a multiple product. That is the logic. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will just open up my customer class.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk about the aggregation part first, because it is coming here only.
Okay.
Okay. As you can see that I have aggregated the data layer here.
Mm-hmm.
Entity, that is OBJ data layer.
Mm-hmm.
So I created the object. What I mean, I have aggregated means this data layer class is not dependent on this customer.
Mm-hmm.
This CLS entity, this entity is not depending upon this entity, because if we delete the CLS customer also, still this class, CLS data layer class, is going to survive. Because if a class, another class comes like a public class employee.
Mm-hmm. Right. So probably he can use the data layer class.
Yes, he can use a data layer class also.
Right. Right. Okay.
Something like this.
Right.
Hmm?
Right.
It's these both entities are isolated. It's not, they are not dependent on each other. Means one entity's lifetime is not dependent upon another lifetime of object.
Okay.
So they are both isolated.
Okay.
So we can plug and play this data layer to any entity.
Okay. I got it.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So
in other words, the data access layer is a very generic component. It can be used anywhere, but must be the customer class will only use it when it wants to insert, update, or delete. That's it. Only at that time it will use it and then go away.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Got it.
This is the simple example of an aggregation. Now let's come to the composition part. Look, as I told you, composition is a part of relationship. One entity is lifetime object is depending upon another entity lifetime.
Mhm.
So as I told you, I have a two class here, CLS customer and CLS product.
Mhm.
Let me just open up my CLS product. In this CLS product constructor, I have passed my this object, that is CLS customer.
Mhm.
I created the object of CLS customer, and inside the CLS customer, when I'm loading a products, I just created the object of CLS product,
Mhm.
which means, let me just show you, which means let me just show you the code.
But the question here is that does the customer really, the product does it, really needs a customer? I'm just curious that why is this customer class passed to the product class?
Because while loading a product, we need to check if the customer is active or not. Means
Oh, okay.
if he's an expired customer, means there is unnecessary of loading a products
Hmm.
of that customer, right? Particular customer. So
Okay.
this something checks if the customer is active.
Right.
This
Okay. Okay.
this property checks if the customer is active, then load a customer. Else, don't load a customer.
Right. Okay. So basically what we are saying is that, the product class has a property called as customer active, which depends on the type of the customer, or which depends on some data of the customer. Means the product class, will only go and perform certain things if the certain things of the parent are proper, right? Like example, the
Yes.
customer active here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there is an interdependency here.
Interdependent. Yes.
Yeah. In
If
other
this-
words, I got it.
if yes, if this customer is active, the customer class is active, if the customer property, that is customer, is active,
Mhm.
that is this one, then it will go and load the all the products. Means it is interdependent upon the parent class, that is CLS customer.
Right. Okay. Got it. Right.
Okay, and hence we cannot if somebody, if the client developer wants to create a object of the product,
Right.
that is something like this,
Mhm.
interdependent with
Right.
something like this, CLS product
Mhm.
equal to new CLS product, then he needs that CLS customer
Oh,
object also.
okay. So in other words, you have not given him the default constructor anymore. You are saying that whenever you're going to create a product class, you have to give me a customer class.
Yes,
Okay.
you have to give me a customer, because
And,
there he
because there he actually checks, that this customer is active, then do certain things.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, I got it. Mhm.
This one class is interdependent, and we cannot load a customer without a product class. If I take this product class out, if I take this product class out, it is not going to load, because inside here, while loading a product, that is here, that is here. Let me just debug this application. So
Yes,
it's
yes,
better
surely,
idea.
yes, surely.
Let's select a customer. Let's go to the inside.
Mhm.
See, inside here, while loading a customer, I'm just creating the object of a product.
Okay,
Means a customer class also cannot load a products without a product object. So he needs a product object. Means a customer class also needs a product object
right. I
while
get it.
loading. Yes.
And the load products is the work of the products, right? So it cannot come in the customer. So that you have to depend on the products to load the products. Means you cannot put a load product inside the customer. That would violate our rule of single responsibility principle also. So
Yes.
right,
Yes.
got it.
Yes.
Right. So I think Guru, then what you are saying is that basically if the properties of two classes are dependent on each other, for example here, that is active, decides, the product should be loaded or not. And the same way the customer is using the products to load. So when these guys are completely, intermingled or the property are dependent on each other, right? Then at that time, I think, the composition relationship, stands true, right?
Yes. When both the entities are interdependent on each other, it means it is a composition. When both are isolated, it's simple. It means aggregation.
Got it.
Something like this, a data layer. Yes. Okay.
Right.
So-
And Guru, we can get this source code also, right? Means in case if somebody wants to have this source code, we can always email to them, right?
Yes. You can get this source code. Right.
Okay, right. Okay, this looks good, Guru. So it was a nice lesson, where we talked about aggregation and composition. And as Guru said that composition means, two objects lifetime are same. They are dependent on each other. They cannot stay without each other. Well, aggregation means, basically one object, both of the objects are not independent or are not dependent on each other. They are decoupled and they only come together for a certain period of time and do certain things and go away.
Yes, yes.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot, Guru. Thank you.
Yeah.